Hey, Coach, welcome. Last week, we announced the launch of Project Get More Clients. And this week, we're going to talk about Transforming 4, the program that we're running or that we're recommending that coaches run during this program. My name is Trevor. I am the CEO of Coach Catalyst, and this is Build with the CEO, where we turn your coaching into a real business. Now, our plan for today is I want you to leave this episode knowing exactly what Transform in 4 is. Okay, the program. I'm going to talk all about how to rebrand it to make it your program. And we're going to talk a little bit about why a 4-week front-end offer is the way to go. And Project Get More Clients is all about getting you clients on September 11th. And that's when this thing launches, or when we are telling everyone to launch their program. Every Tuesday, starting next Tuesday, I am going to lay out exactly what to do. And then your job is to execute on said thing. For anyone that's signed up for the program, if you haven't yet, sign up down in the description below. We're going to give you a cool, really it's like a web page that you're going to log into where you can tick off everything that you need to do, and we're going to literally lay out step by step exactly what you need to do in order to have a perfect front end offer launching on September 11th with actual clients. That's the goal, and we're going to talk about it today. So why 4 weeks? So why do we choose 4 weeks? Number one is you can get someone an actual tangible result in 4 weeks. Okay. Number two is you can charge enough for it so that moving them into your normal signature program or normal program after this isn't a big stretch. Right? If your normal program costs $200, $300, $400, $500, right? Sometimes taking like a 7-day something and moving them into that, it's just like, it's too big of a stretch. It's too different of a clientele. But for a 4-week transformation type program, we can charge a good amount to execute that. We can charge $150, $200 for a 4-week transformation, right? And then when we move into our $300 or $400 a month program after that, it's a little bit easier of a transition. And honestly, like, you could charge what 1 month of your normal coaching is, right? You don't necessarily need to discount this. It just depends on the market that you're in, who you're trying to attract, all of that stuff. But the anatomy of a really good front end offer, there's a few things, right? One is a clear outcome. So what kind of outcome can you get for your client in 4 weeks? Like Transform in 4, you should be able to lose 10 pounds of weight if you follow the program the way it's laid out. You should be able to. Absolutely. So you should have a clear outcome. You should have a short timeline. That's why 4 weeks. 4 weeks is something that someone can easily commit to, right? They're not committing to necessarily long-term coaching. They're just committing to the next 4 weeks. And then we position your front-end offer, Transform in 4, as the first step to a bigger program. This is phase 1 of a multi-phase program. I've talked about this, and the term I've used for this is a bridge program, because that's really what this is a bridge program. It's a way to take someone where they're at, give them a bridge into your main program. This is not a business. 4-week programs are not businesses, right? It's literally the front door. It's the front door to your business. This leads into ongoing coaching, right? And this makes it a little bit easier if you do have an email list, if you do have some quote unquote strangers that hang out around you, right? They follow you on social media, yada, yada, yada. Getting them into 4 weeks to wow them and provide a great result is a much better way than trying to move them directly into your 6-month program. Okay? So people that are a little bit hesitant, a 4-week program is the perfect time frame, because you could actually get someone a tangible result in 4 weeks. And so Transform in 4 is meant to be a transformation program. It's a weight loss program. Everything, all of the education, everything is around nutrition. I'm going to show you exactly what it is here in a second, how it looks for both you and the client. We'll do some screen sharing, but it's a transformation program. And there's lots of ways to reframe this into what you want for your clients. Because ultimately, we want this to be for your clients, right? It needs to come from you as a coach, but I don't need you to recreate the wheel. We've already done it. We've tested it with hundreds, maybe even thousands of clients, as this has been used by hundreds of Coach Catalyst coaches. And so this program has been run over and over and over again. But like anything, you can tweak it. Now, there's a couple ways to look at this program. One is just as a straight transformation, which is great. I think another really good way, if you're utilizing medical weight loss, you're using someone like Asher Health, if you use them, now you can add like a GLP-1 component to this transformation, right? And that maybe takes this transformation from a $300 program to a $500 program because you can include some GLP-1s with it if it makes sense for that client. If you are using medically assisted stuff, right, we can't make the call for them. That's going to be up to up to the medical provider, and Asher Health helps with all that stuff. If you miss them on the summit, if you're a VIP, definitely go watch the replay. If you're not, just send me a DM and I can tell you a little bit more about it. It's who we use at our facilities to facilitate our medically assisted weight loss. And so you can take Transform and 4 and you could have 2 tracks with it, right? You could have the nutrition only track or nutrition lifestyle that track. And then we could have the medically assisted track. Content is going to be very similar. Likely, I'm going to build a version of Transform and 4 that goes along with the GLP-1 programs that we've created, and then create a 4-week one because we want to just add in some stuff about the medications that the client would be on just to help make sure they have a great experience, right? So we can take that and then we have those 2 tracks. And that's interesting, right? There's some interesting, when you're using like medical weight loss and those kind of things, like there's some interesting language we can start using, like weight loss made easier, right? Because it does make weight loss easier. But you can also take Transform and 4. And if your goal is, or if your clients' problems are more around energy, or they're more around just like feeling better, better nutrition, more movement typically helps all of these things, right? And so the education, the ins and outs are going to be very similar no matter what someone is looking to achieve. The nutrition, the lifestyle, the movement, that's what this program is about, right? And so you can put it, you can lean it towards weight loss, you can lean it towards medical weight loss, you can lean it towards longevity, you could lean it towards like feeling better, energy. It just depends on what your crowd is interested in, right? And if you don't know, or if you're brand new, just run the weight loss play. It is the easiest one because the most people are interested in it, but it's about changing behaviors, setting up structures so that you can be successful for the long term. Think about it like a jump start, right? And you don't have to call it Transform and 4 either. The transformation, Transform and 4, T4, like that, these terms have been used over and over again. So if you've got something that like speaks to your crowd, like use that. But we've created everything. So let me show you a little bit about what we've created and how it's going to look like for the client. Now on my screen, all right, let's change some views here. So on my screen, you're going to see the layout here of our Transform and 4. So the program is going to be inside of Coach Catalyst. You're going to go into your programs, you're going to go into Marketplace, you're going to go to Transform and 4, you're just going to type it in, you're going to see the program in there, and then you're going to download it. I've already downloaded it, so we don't need to do that again. But we're going to go back in here, and here is the program. It's inside of my library, right in here, and you're going to see the whole program laid out. We have laid out 32 days worth of content. Transform and 4 should be started on a Friday because Friday, Saturday, Sunday are your welcome days. They're your intro days. That's our onboarding, right? Likely you should put a video in under your welcome in here of you talking about the program, right? We want to make it as personal as possible. And then we've built out all of the lessons. So I'll show you just some of the lessons here so you can kind of see what they look like, but you can come in here and you can edit any of these lessons. You can put in video, you can put in text, you can put in images, whatever you want. You have full control over editing. And so you would just take a look at all the content, make sure it's all yours. But remember, this is really geared towards transformation. So we're going to be talking about things like water. We're going to talk about meal planning. We're going to talk about hyperpalatable foods, macronutrients, shopping. And then one thing in this program too, and you can remove this if you don't want, is we've created community challenges. So every week we challenge the community to put something in the community because we want engagement, right? So every week we have a community challenge that they're going to do. And this one is the workout song. Right, they're gonna put their favorite workout song. So what we do is we make a post in the community. We just schedule that post for Wednesday night, and then they go in and then they just put in a comment what their favorite workout song is, so people can start engaging. And it's a way for it to feel safe, right? We give them a reason to go there. We don't just say, hey, go into the community, right? We give them a reason to go into the community. And we do that throughout the the challenge. Every week we have them jump into that community, which really drives some engagement. Right. So we've built it all out, even including testimonials at the end and feedback. We put forms in here, weekly check-in forms. And I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. But we've done all of the labor as far as building the curriculum, the education. Yes, you should tweak a few things, right? We put in an action of follow the nutrition guidelines, which are laid out in the first lesson. But you may want drink 2 liters of water, walk 10,000 steps, protein with breakfast, whatever the things are that you want your clients to do. If it's more longevity related or energy related, those might change a little bit, right? So you can tweak those as you see fit on whatever you want for those clients. And then we're going to be talking about how we give away prizes and how we do rewards and all of that fun stuff. So if you want all of that insider info, you'll have to join the Get More Clients challenge. So in the description, look for Project Get More Clients. It's free for everybody. So you can just come in and follow along. Every week, I'm going to be providing the tasks for that week. I'm going to be doing them live. You can come up, show up, ask questions if you want to, and then that will be recorded and it will be put into the portal for you to be able to watch. And then also you'll have a little task area where you can go and check off all the tasks that you need to do every week, so that when you launch on September 11, you have clients and you're going to wow them, provide an incredible experience, get great results, and then you're going to move them into your normal signature program after that. Okay. So that's what it's going to look like from a setup standpoint. Then you're going to assign it to a client. Once you've assigned it to a client, it's going to look something like this right in here. I moved a few things to this day because I wanted to show you the pieces, but you're going to have the client. There's lessons. That's going to be a core component of what we're doing, or lessons. So in here, you're going to see that the lesson is all built out, right? We've done a lot of the hard work. The client can mark it as read. And then this is that community challenge I showed you, right? This is another lesson. And then they'll go right into the community and they'll jump into that community and make that post right through here. So super simple, all within the app. Then we've got their actions. They'll come in here, follow the nutrition guidelines. Cool, did it. Their form to fill out that particular day, right? 1 to 10, how are they feeling, right? Are they following the plan? Key actions that worked well for them, right? Biggest challenge, next 7 days, kind of looking forward. How confident are they, right? We're going to get all this data, which is going to allow you to coach them up. Again, you can add stuff to this if you want. But if you want to just use it as is, it works really well. So the client's going to submit that, right? That's their form that they're filling out. They get their streak going, right? If they have workouts and other things in here, those would be showing up here. If they want to jump into that community, right? They just jump over here and they can get into the community, make a post in there. And so it's your entire challenge, your entire coaching experience right within the app. It makes it really simple. Then if you are tracking things like weight or body fat percentage, they'll be able to get all that data in here. And we'll show you how to make it really simple for everyone that's part of the challenge. But we just built a form to make it super simple to collect all that stuff. And yeah, so it all just collects and it's all in here and it makes it really simple. So we found that a lot of times coaches struggle with what to do, what to run. So this is it. This is the easy button. Just run this. If you don't know what to do, just run this. If you're a nutrition coach, partner with a gym. We're going to give you all of the different tactics on how to execute this thing and how to get it out there to more people. And trust me, they aren't just post more on social media. Yes, we will use social media in strategic ways, but you don't need a following. You don't need a massive email list. There's lots of boots on the ground, lots of guerrilla marketing that you can do to fill this thing. You just have to be willing to do it, right? So we're going to give you everything. We're going to give you the tasks. We're going to give you the plan. We're going to give you the program. We'll even give you the landing page and all of that kind of stuff. You just have to do the work of going and getting it out there and building awareness around what you're doing, right? And so if you're not willing to do that, this isn't the right program for you, right? We're making it as easy as possible, but I can't physically do the work for you. I can give you everything else. So Transform in 4 is the program that we're going to be using. You can name it whatever you want. You can change the name. You can change the content. You can tweak the actions. You can tweak the forms. You can tweak all of it, or you can run it as is. Now, this is a program that we're going to be running at my facilities as well. And so I'll be kind of sharing insights into us going through this process of launching this. But remember, this is a program that leads into a bigger program. This is not meant to be a business on its own. Okay. The goal of this program is for you to then move them into phase 2, right? This is phase 1 of a multi-phase program. And then not only are we going to coach you up to the actual launch, but we're going to coach you through the 4 weeks as well to make sure that you're providing an incredible experience for your clients and making sure that we're moving them into your main signature program. Because let's be honest, right? They're likely not going to get the result that they desire in 4 weeks, right? That's just the reality of it. Most things can't be accomplished in 4 weeks, especially in this world. And so your job is to provide such an incredible experience for them in the 4 weeks that they're asking you what's next, right? And that's moving into phase 2 of the program and continuing with their results. So I'm going to give you a little kind of rundown of the different topics that we're going to talk about throughout the launch. So I just got to pull up my little notes here. So here's what it's going to look like, right? Hold on, it didn't pull up the right things. So I'll go off of memory on what we're going to talk about. So we're going to think about every stage of the launch process. Okay, so stage 1 is really getting all of our ducks in a row. It is the branding, the language, it is the promise, right? And so we're going to get all of that set up in that first week so that you are going to be ready to rock from a branding marketing standpoint. And then we're going to start building out the infrastructure to actually getting people to buy. We're going to build that out right away. Then we're going to build out the marketing strategy behind it. And I'm going to give you a bunch of different strategies that you can choose from, kind of like a buffet, whatever makes sense for your personality, for your community, for the resources you have available to you. We're going to give you a bunch of different options to be able to market and go after that. And we're going to kick off that marketing right away in week 3. So we typically like to kick off marketing 2 to 3 weeks before we even open the doors for things. Okay, so we're going to kick off that marketing, rock and roll with that. And then in week 4, we're going to start setting up that program, getting that ready to go. And then after that, we're going to go into launch. So we're going to do a 7-day launch with this. We have all of the emails set out so that you're able to launch this thing. You can go in and tweak them if you want to, but we're going to run a 7-day launch with this. And then you're going to kick this thing off and then you're going to coach people for 4 weeks. But every week, I'm going to give you very specific tasks to accomplish that week. And then you're just going to execute. And then the next week, come back, get your tasks and execute. Tick them off because we're going to be looking at this and we're going to be helping you and kind of holding your hand as best we can along the way. We're going to have a community inside of Growth Catalyst for anyone that's participating to come in so you can ask questions and we can kind of help as a group. This isn't one-to-one coaching, but there is going to be kind of public coaching, call it. With the group, people can bring questions. We'll answer them on the episodes. We'll answer them in the group so that everyone's getting the help that they need. So the next question is who is it for? So I think the person that's going to get the best results out of this are 2 people. One, if you have a handful of clients, so you know kind of what you're doing, right? You have a handful of clients and you're ready to grow. So maybe you have 5 clients and you're ready to kind of take on the next set of clients. I think this is going to work really well for them. I also think this is going to work really well for the coach that has all the knowledge, but they don't have the clients yet. This is going to be a great springboard for that coach. Are we going to turn your business into 100 clients overnight? Likely no, right? But are we going to get you a handful of clients through this launch? Yes, absolutely. If you execute on the things and you put in the work, you're going to get clients from this. Okay. And at the end of the day, this thing is free. Like all of the information is free. All you need to do is execute on it, right? And you have people spend thousands of dollars for mastermind programs, and you're literally going to get all of this for free. You're going to get people at your disposal. I'm going to be helping you through the process. I'm bringing in our team to help through the process. It's literally free. And so it doesn't matter if you're an online coach, if you're an offline coach, we're going to give you strategies for each platform because they're all a little bit different. But I think even if you are an online coach, you can use offline marketing strategies in order to fill your program. So that's it. Like pretty simple. We kick this thing off next Tuesday. So we're going to shut it down sometime on Monday. It is free, but we don't want people joining after we've launched because I don't want to have to go back and explain things to people that are joining late. If it's something that you're interested in, you can find the links everywhere, but getmoreclients.coachcatalyst.com is what it is. You'll see it in the description. If you want us to just sign you up, you can comment launch. If you're watching this on Facebook, just in the comment, write launch. If you're on Instagram, you can just DM us launch. If you're on YouTube, in the comments, just write launch, and then we'll gather some info from you and we'll get you signed up. And it'll be cool. We're gonna take everything step by step, week over week, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So I was just kind of checking some comments here, just to make sure that I didn't miss anything. Todd, what's up? Thanks for saying hi. I don't know which Todd this is, but we may have already signed you up. If we haven't yet, just send a message to Todd. I'll check after this, and if you're not already signed up, I'll find your email and get you signed up into it. So let me check the other ones. I don't see any comments here on Facebook. Let me check YouTube quick, and I think we're good there as well. So that's what we got. It kicks off next Tuesday. That is August 5th ish, give or take. And we're going to coach you every week. Every week, we're bringing you action items. You're going to execute them, and you're going to fill this thing up. We're going to use Transform in 4 as our foundation. We're going to use that as our main program, but you have the ability to tweak with that. And so we're going to be holding your hand along the way. So this is our next initiative to help you be more successful as a coach. And that's what this is all about. That's what Builds with the CEO is all about. It's us being here, helping you build a business that you're proud of and one that you can do for the next decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, retire from. So that's our goal. If you have any questions, hit us in the comments. My name is Trevor, CEO of Coach Catalyst, and this is Build CEO. Until next week, see you later.